You're an adult. You're trying to budget, save, and spend wisely, but something just keeps knocking you off course. You make a plan, but then an impulse buy happens. You promise to save, but the money just seems to vanish. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to manage money so effortlessly, while others constantly feel like they're falling behind, even when they earn a similar income? The answer, surprisingly, isn't about spreadsheets or budgeting apps. It's much deeper than that. Your childhood taught you more about money than you will ever realize. Welcome to Cultural Capital TV, where psychology, money, culture, and history meet. Because nothing is ever as simple as it looks. Today, we're going to unpack how those quiet early lessons about money, whether it meant security, stress, or scarcity, are silently shaping your adult financial habits. And most importantly, what you can do to take back control. This whole process has a name. It's called financial socialization. It's how children learn the habits, norms, attitudes, and values about money from their family, their culture, and the world around them. It's not a formal class. It's a silent education that happens at the dinner table, in the grocery store aisle, and during late-night arguments you overheard from your bedroom. Think about it. Your parents, your older siblings, the cartoons you watched, your friends, they were all your first financial advisors. They taught you what money means. For some, watching parents carefully budget and save taught them that money equals security and peace of mind. For others, seeing money as a constant source of stress and conflict taught them that money is a dangerous, anxiety-inducing thing. And for others still, if money was used to show status or affection, they learned that money equals power or love. Historically, this has changed a lot. For many of our grandparents' generation, money was a private, almost taboo subject. The breadwinner model meant financial decisions were often handled by one person, the man, creating a very different dynamic. Today, we live in a hyper-consumer culture, bombarded by messages that tell us to spend, to experience, to have it all right now. This shift dramatically changes the financial lessons kids absorb. It's this early programming that creates the foundation for your entire financial life. So let's dig into the specific ways your childhood wired your brain for money. The biggest influence by far is parental modeling and communication. Research consistently shows that when parents openly discuss finances, monitor their spending, and even include their children in small financial decisions, the kids grow up with more confidence and better habits. A 2022 study found that kids whose parents gave them an allowance and helped them set up a savings account are way more likely to save money when they grow up. It's not about the amount of money. It's about the practice, the ritual of putting money aside. Conversely, if money was a taboo topic in your house, shrouded in secrecy or always leading to fights, it's no wonder you might feel shame, anxiety, or impulsivity around money today. That silence teaches you that money is something to be feared or avoided, not managed. Next up are your own early experiences with money. Remember doing chores for a few dollars? Or saving up your allowance for weeks to buy that one special toy? Those experiences weren't just about the money. They were building crucial psychological muscles. Tying work to a reward establishes the fundamental link between effort and earning. Having a piggy bank or a savings jar that you had to patiently fill teaches delayed gratification, one of the single most important skills for financial success. Studies from as early as 2020 show that a child's feelings and behaviors around spending and saving, measurable even at ages 5 to 7, are strong predictors of their financial behavior later in life. That's right, your financial future started taking shape before you even started elementary school. Of course, we can't ignore the broader socioeconomic and cultural context you grew up in. A Springer-Link study found that both a family's level of wealth and their financial openness, or how much they talk about money, directly impact a child's financial confidence. If you grew up in a household where money was tight and the unspoken message was, "We can't afford that," you might develop a scarcity mindset, hoarding money and fearing every purchase. On the other hand, if you grew up where money was used to show off, you might learn that spending is the key to social status. These deep-seated cultural messages like, "Polite people don't talk about money," "Money is the root of all evil," or "You have to spend money to make money," become part of your identity and drive your habits without you even realizing it. And in today's world, we have to talk about media and peer influence. It's always been a factor, but now it's on steroids. Young people are constantly exposed to influencer culture on social media, where lavish lifestyles and constant spending are portrayed as normal. The message is clear. Everyone is spending. You deserve this. Experiences are more valuable than savings. This is amplified by the rise of digital money. When you just tap a card or a phone, money becomes invisible, abstract. It doesn't feel real. This is a huge shift from the tangible experience of handing over physical cash, and it makes it much easier to overspend. The financial socialization of kids today is happening through TikTok trends and in-app purchases, a completely different world than the one we grew up in. So, how do these childhood lessons actually play out in your adult life? It all comes down to habit loops. A habit loop is a simple neurological pattern. A cue triggers a routine which leads to a reward. Your childhood beliefs about money create the blueprint for these adult routines. Let's say as a child, you notice that after a stressful day, your parents would order takeout or buy something new to feel better. The cue was stress, the routine was spending, and the reward was a temporary feeling of relief or pleasure. Now, as an adult, when you feel stressed, the cue, your brain might automatically jump to online shopping, the routine, to get that same hit of relief, the reward. You're not weak-willed. You're running a program that was installed decades ago. Here's another example. Someone whose parents relied on credit cards to make ends meet might unconsciously view debt as a normal, unavoidable part of life. They may not feel the same sense of alarm about carrying a balance because their childhood script taught them. This is just what you do to survive. The crucial thing to remember here is that this isn't about blaming your parents or your past. Your parents did the best they could with the financial education they received from their parents. This is about understanding your own wiring so that you can finally start to rewire it. You can't fix a problem you don't understand. So how do you actually break the cycle and build a healthier financial future? It's a 5-step process. Step 1 is to identify your core childhood money beliefs. Take a moment and really think. What are the first words that come to mind when you think about money? Is it scarce, stressful, powerful, freedom, dirty? Write down the key beliefs you hold. Then ask yourself, where did I learn this? Can you trace it back to a specific memory, a phrase your parents always said, or a general feeling in your childhood home? Awareness is the first and most powerful step. Step 2 is to experiment with new routines. Once you've identified a negative habit loop, you need to consciously replace the routine. For example, if your cue is boredom and your routine is mindless online browsing, you need to find a new routine that gives you a different, better reward. Maybe when you feel bored, you listen to a chapter of an audiobook, go for a walk, or transfer $5 into a savings account. The key is to consciously choose a different action and reward yourself for it, creating a new, positive loop. Step 3 is to create new models. If your childhood lacked open, healthy conversations about money, it's time to start them now. Talk about money with a trusted friend, your partner, or even a financial mentor. Breaking the taboo and normalizing these conversations removes the shame and anxiety. Hearing how other people handle their finances, their struggles, and their successes can provide new perspectives and strategies that you were never exposed to as a child. Step 4 is to use technology to your advantage. Use automation to build the habits you want. Set up an automatic transfer from your checking to your savings account the day you get paid. Use a budgeting app not to restrict yourself, to bring awareness to where your money is actually going. These tools help you build small, consistent wins. Every time that automatic transfer happens, you're reinforcing a new identity. I am a person who saves. And that brings us to step 5, which is a powerful identity shift. Your past scripts might be telling you, I'm bad with money, or I'll always be in debt. You need to consciously reframe that. You are not someone who is controlled by money. You are someone who is learning to manage it. By understanding your past, you've gained an incredible strength. You're no longer operating on autopilot. You are now in the driver's seat. Your childhood didn't seal your financial destiny, but it did quietly write the first draft of your financial story. It shaped your habits, your beliefs, and your emotional reactions to money, but the beautiful thing is, you hold the pen now. You have the insight and the power to edit, revise, and rewrite the next chapter. You can break the cycle and create new habits that serve the life you are building for yourself today. I'm really curious to hear from you. What is one money memory from your childhood that has really stuck with you? Drop it in the comments below. Hearing each other's stories is how we break the silence. And if you found this insight helpful, please give this video a like and subscribe to Cultural Capital TV for more deep dives into the psychology behind our daily lives. Thanks for watching.